You're listening to the Retirement Solution Podcast with John Hicks.
Here with John Hicks, I'm Jennifer Perry. Thanks so much for joining us this week. And if you want more information on John and the entire team at J. Hagan Capital, if you have a retirement question for us too, just reach out to us on the website at retirementsolutionradio.com. Some of the wealthiest Americans out there, John, they seem to have found a formula that saves them big time on taxes. I know the wealthy are kind of a favorite target of the left-leaning media these days, for sure. But an interesting report is out, though, that has Capitol Hill buzzing about this report claiming some of the richest Americans out there pay little to no federal income tax. Actually, ProPublica...
Pay it! Pay it! Pay your taxes!
But ProPublica senior reporter Jesse Eisinger isn't saying how they got access to all these tax records, but he tells CNBC.
We think it is in the public interest to know that Jeff Bezos, the world's richest person, paid zero in income tax in 2 recent years, that Michael Bloomberg paid zero, Carl Icahn paid zero, Elon Musk in 2018, zero taxes. I defy anyone, one, to say, like, this is old news and we're all jaded and the rich can avoid taxes. I think no one would have thought that this was the case.
I don't know, though, John. Have they found a formula here to pay less in taxes?
Dang straight they have. It's called the tax code. 78,438 pages of their attorneys and CPAs going through and finding out how they do exactly what's within the law. See, this is the whole point that gets me absolutely on fuego when it comes to this crap. The reason it ticks me off is because this is a free country and we only want to play by the rules, right? Yeah. Most people, Jennifer, most of the people that I meet, they want to play by the rules. They don't want to roll anyone over. They don't want to lie. They don't want to cheat. That's not within their demeanor. They don't think that that's right. But why are there 78,400 plus pages of the tax code?
Because they want to make it complicated for us to figure it out, right?
Oh, here's what they want to do. They want to make it easy for the average bear to just pay probably more than they have to. But if you're willing to put in the effort, or here's the big one, you hire the right person, you don't have to pay anywhere near your quote-unquote fair share. See, the point of the tax code, why on earth wouldn't they just make it 1 page deep if that's really what they cared about? See, they don't care about that. They want it to look fair. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not fair. And let's just be straight up about it. Unfortunately, the way life works out for us is not fair. I talked to a gentleman the other day who might be, I don't know, I think he might be a saint. He has 3 children, and unfortunately, all 3 of his children are special needs. His wife passed away when she was very young, and he has raised 3 special needs children completely by himself on his salary. Tell me what is fair about that.
Right.
And I can't tell you how many people I've talked to where similar situations happen. Guys, it is not fair. This is not a normal concept to think that everything's just going to fall in our laps. The tax code is no different. When it comes to the tax code, we are as good as what we work toward. So if we want to make more money, we want to find out then those loopholes or those incentives or those opportunities where we can keep more of those dollars. The more we make, the more we're interested, right? We have more of an interest if we make more money to want to hold on to more of it. I think that's totally normal. And unfortunately, most of us aren't trained that way. We're not taught that way. We're not told that we can do that.
Right.
What the richest people, the smartest people in America are very well aware of is that, correct, the code is exactly the same for everyone, but not everyone has the same capacity to attack the code. That's the crazy thing. In our office, what we want to make sure people are aware of is what the code says first. And how do they want to attack it? There are all kinds of ways that as individuals, as proper tax-paying Americans, we can do exactly the right thing, but just pay less than our neighbor who just hands it over to their person or does it on their own through TurboTax or does whatever they want to do and is not aware of all of the, let's call them loopholes. Let's just go ahead and say it. Okay. They're loopholes. Yeah. But they're still legal.
They're legal. They're in those pages, right? Yeah.
Not only legal, do you think that if a loophole can save you $11,000 in one given year, that it's worth learning about.
Yes.
See, in my world, I think that not only should I have to do that, I think I would be ridiculous to not learn that. And those are the things that we go through in our office. It's not because we are CPAs. It's not because we want to try to figure out everything about the tax code. What we want to know is, how do we take the most money that we've saved? And ladies and gentlemen, most of our money that most of us has saved is in IRAs, 403Bs, and 401Ks. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? Those are the most taxed accounts that the government will ever touch. So how can we use the legal and allowable tax code to put those dollars and or shuffle those dollars into the proper places that's better for us and our beneficiaries? We focus on that intently. Because why on earth would you want to work your tush off for 20, 30, 40 years only to be told you're only going to get half of it?
Right.
See, Jeff Bezos isn't going to put up with that stuff.
No, clearly
Neither
he
are the
doesn't.
rest of the rich Americans that they said didn't pay any taxes. You know why? Because they're not going to sit around and be told what to do. You don't have to either. We may not have access to their attorneys and their CPAs, but most of us, we don't even require that skill. We just need to be done right. Which our firm does exactly that.
You actually work with some CPAs to figure out that formula for people.
Of course, we have CPAs that work specifically with our firm. We have attorneys that work specifically with our firm only for one reason, to make sure that what we're crafting is, number one, kosher.
Right.
It's allowable.
Yeah.
It's going to work in the foregoing environment, not just what's happened in the past, but it's going to keep working. If it looks like it's not going to keep working, we want to make sure we're not doing anything that's going to hurt us, right? So we're always on top of this, and every single year it seems that this changes. So when's the last time you changed your tax strategy? When's the last time that most people, especially as they're approaching retirement, when's the last time you looked at how your income plan was going to be taxed when it comes to an income basis point? See, most people haven't done that, Jennifer.
Yeah.
The most amazing thing to me is if you have a guaranteed income stream that comes from a Roth IRA. Now think about that for a second. What if you had a Roth IRA? And a Roth, by the way, pays zero taxes when the money comes out.
That's that tax never again bucket you talk about.
Never again. You will once you put the money in that bucket, you've paid your taxes. And once it's in that bucket, when it comes out to you, you will never be taxed again. What if you had basically a guaranteed income stream or a pension that came tax-free for the rest of your existence?
That sounds good. Wow.
Especially if you think about this, Jennifer, what if you retired early? What if you retired when you're 59? And you had the ability to turn on an income stream as soon as you can, and that lasted until you're 99. That is 40 years of income completely tax-free.
And that makes that decision so much easier, too, just to
Tell
think
me
about
how
that.
that's not a way to beat the tax system.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not a Bezos-type mentality. In our firm, we think it is. So when you're thinking about it, what is the right thing to do? Be patriotic. Pay your taxes, but don't pay $1 more than you have to.
Like what you hear? Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And thanks for listening to The Retirement Solution with John Hicks.
The opinions expressed in this program are for general informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or any specific security. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult your financial advisor prior to investing. Any past performance discussed during this program is no guarantee of future results. J. Hagan Capital is a registered investment advisor. To find out if John Hicks is licensed in your state, please call 502-690-5635. J. Hagan Capital Incorporated is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal advice. Annuity guarantees are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products and annuities offered through John Hicks. Kentucky Insurance License Number 998827.